Okay, guys, so this one is for the Facebook group where they asked this question about, is it normal to have vein damage in your legs? And the answer is yes, but also no. How it was explained to me when I was in fellowship was when we moved from being fish to standing up as human beings and standing upright and then eventually walking, it created a little bit of a problem because our heart is located at this central portion. And if you are a certain height when you stand up, that column height of fluid between your heart and your ankle can actually be measured. If you had a tube of liquid, it can actually be measured in millimeters of mercury of pressure. So for example, I'm 5 foot, let me chat GPT this. I'm 5'9". How much pressure in millimeters mercury or centimeters of water is present in a tube from my heart to ankle? And let's just see here, probably about 60 or 70 millimeters of mercury, I would say. I'm going to learn something today. Actually, it's much higher. So they're saying here 1 centimeter of blood is 0.77 millimeters mercury. So it's 135 millimeters of mercury pressure in your ankle. That's a lot of pressure. So the reality is this is the reason why the vein valves work so hard, because these vein valves, because there's no heart in your foot, the blood goes through the arteries down and then has to percolate kind of through a spongy kind of capillary system everywhere in your body, your skin, your muscles, etc. And then it has to return back through these vein valves back to the heart. Now these are one-way valves, and when we do a heart surgery or a leg surgery, we remove that actual entire valve as a surgeon. You can actually find these individual valves. There's usually about 7 of them between the ankle and the groin, for example, and actually see if they're functioning or not, and if they're actually still holding the pressure. If they're all not holding the pressure, then essentially it's just like you have a long tube of water, and all the pressure from your heart is now affecting your ankle and swelling up your ankle and causing all the back branches and varicose veins to reflux upstream meaning like down in your leg, and then all of those become visible, and that's why you have all these symptoms. But anything that increases that pressure, if you imagine just living a life like this and sitting all the time and not moving your calf muscle, that could do it. Being overweight and having a big belly, that could do it. Being pregnant for 9 months, you have a massive swollen leg, damage the valves, and then all the other hormonal things involved. So yes, I know.